Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends. Every so often I become somewhat organised and actually get the time to do some videos. I know, how strange. And today I thought it would be fun to look at Cosmic Beauty's new Undergrowth palette and swatch it across lots of different conditions. Usually when I do this I swatch it across various lighting conditions and try to get in some natural light. Unfortunately, I'm in the west of Ireland. That's not the unfortunate bit, it's the fact that there's not really a lot of natural light. It's very, very dark, very grey, whatever. Anyways, I do swatch this, build it up to full opacity. So if you want to see what this looks like and across lots of different lighting conditions, then this is the video for you. Do please keep on watching. While I would absolutely love to show you these swatches outside, it's a very, very grey day and somebody is also chainsawing. So I figure there'll be no outside swatches today. But I feel like maybe the way I do the inside lights gives you a decent idea as to how this performs. But obviously I have the Cosmic Beauty Undergrowth palette here. You know it's my sort of jam, the greens, the grunge. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to build all of these up to full opacity and yeah, that's the whole point. So these are our first four shades, a good mixture of mattes and a shimmer. I will say the mattes are very, very creamy. There isn't like a dryness to them, so that'll give you a general idea as to how they're going to blend out. We have the shade Vegetation, Herbarium, I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, Algae, and Fern. As always, I'll build these up to full opacity. We then have our next four shades, and this is the shade after which the palette is named. It's Undergrowth, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous, really metallic, really chromy. There's a nice shift to it. So we have Wilderness, Nettle, Undergrowth, I mean, that's gorgeous, and Murky. What I will say about these upon immediate swatching is that they are extremely buildable. You don't get that bam of pigment straight away. Now that's my personal preference because I feel they're a lot more user friendly, but the metallics, the chromes, oh my goodness, like they're just a wham, straight on. You don't really have to apply those that bit more. So we have Swamp, Bark, Boggy, which is quite funny because I live next to a bog, and Roots. Oh my goodness, this shade, Fireflies, it's so beautiful. But I have to say, these two more matte shades, I've been looking forward to these so much because they are just that beautiful, grungy, murky sort of a colour. There's Marsh, Lichen, Fireflies, and Clay. And these are our very last four shades. There's Fungi, Reeds, Cordyceps, and Sludge. So that is the whole palette swatched. Let's remove the stencil for the moment of truth. It's always very, very satisfying, or maybe that's just me. At the moment I have one ring light, two box lights, and one main light on, so actually it's a huge amount of lighting in one particular room, so that has a tendency to actually wash out some of these shades, so they're not kind of coming out to their full opacity, which is fine. That's why I like to do this under lots of different lighting conditions. But this is just giving you some sort of an indication as to what we're looking at here. And to further illustrate that, I'm now showing you this with just the ring light and two box lights, and you can kind of see, hopefully at least to some extent, that there is a greater level of pigmentation here. You can pick up on the sparkles that little bit better. Again guys, lighting, super, super important, gives you a good idea of these things. Yeah, and also just as an FYI, I have the ring light at a 90-degree angle. That gives you slightly better sort of an indication as to how these work. But I do think like you can really see how good the mattes are here. Like I don't know how she does it at the price point. And yes, it is a little bit safe in that, you know, some of these are a little bit more neutral leaning. But I think this is a nice way to have somebody kind of lean into grunge. And we're slowly eliminating all light sources. So now it is just the ring light, and I'm hoping you can really make out just how gorgeous these shimmery shades actually are. Again, the mattes are really holding true here. You're seeing a good level of pigmentation. Like, it is worth it, in my opinion. I don't know, she just knows how to put together a colour story. Obviously, I bought this myself. By the way, I did use my gorgeous friend Tia's code. It's affiliated. It's Tia10. It's down in the description box. It'll get you 10% off, and she'll get a little commission. And if it wasn't for Tia, I wouldn't have even known the Cosmic Brushes was a brand. Like, she put this brand on my radar, so I owe it to her. But I think that looks nice. So now we are in complete darkness, not just metaphorically, but actually literally. So as I always do, I now have my light from my phone. Do you see the sparkles? Like, look at that. Look at that level of sparkliness. I think that really gives you a good indication of what's going on here in terms of how these are all kind of functioning. Like, I love how it's over this side is all the sparkles. That's just how that's worked out. And then one side is mattes. Absolutely so beautiful. Like, look at the way this is just showing itself off. Like, I really feel like you can see this to a good extent, or at least I'm hoping that you do, based upon the sort of angles of the light that I'm giving you. I will say, I feel like the camera doesn't capture it completely. Like, it just looks so much prettier in person. Again, don't know how she does it. I assume it's witchcraft. It's the only logical explanation at this point. There's definitely certain shades here that like speak to me, that I'm like, oh, okay. And there's a good mixture of mattes and shimmers. Stunning. I also like to show you guys how these swatch and what these appear like on different cameras. At the moment, I'm using my phone camera, as before I'm using a Canon. So it's always good to get a better idea. Now, at the moment, I've no direct light on. It's just like a little bit of natural light. But as you can see, it's a very grey day. Even though it's like afternoon, you'd think I'd have a bit more light, but no. But you can see like those metallics, they're very much speaking for themselves. And look at how pigmented those mattes are. Beautiful, buttery, blendy, delicious. Don't eat them. Don't actually eat them. That's not a good idea. Pretty sure they're not safe for consumption. And of course, because I'm a stickler for tradition, I do like to show you guys what this looks like in somewhat indirect sunlight. So at the moment, I have the camera perched on the windowsill. There's no cats actually nearby me, which is unusual. So we're getting a little bit of indirect sunlight. The only natural light that we're getting is actually from a very grey Saturday afternoon in the west of Ireland. So we're not getting kind of like full sparkly light. Although I know I said I wasn't going to bring you outside, but I will try that now. I know I said that I wasn't going to show you this outside, but I was like, why not? It's actually not raining right now. And enjoy the chainsaw in the background. It was that or tractors. Honest God, I've been trying to do this for ages. So you can see you don't get as much sparkle out here, even though it is natural light. But it's because there is no sun. Like, do you know now why I am the white shade that I am? There is no sunshine. It tricks you into thinking like there's some natural light, but there is no yellow orb in the sky. So you can't see any sparkles, unfortunately, but you can see you're getting a good metallic chrominess off of those kind of more special shades. But otherwise you just don't see the specialness of them unless you have like really specific lighting, which I think is a little bit sad. But I mean, that's just Irish weather. Like, it just is what it is. And in a further attempt to show this, I'm showing this across my mobile phone. So you can see it looks a little bit different here. You're seeing a little bit more of the kind of like chrominess. Again, enjoy the chainsawing. This has been my entire morning. This has been going on for about 4 or 5 hours. Welcome to the countryside. We're gonna chop you apart. But yeah, I think this looks really pretty. And that is the whole Undergrowth swatch. And I do think it is an absolutely beautiful palette. The shimmers in there, very, very nice. Is this kind of a safer green colour story? Kind of, because there is quite a few kind of neutral shades in here, but I do think it's absolutely stunning. As I said before, if you do want to get it, you can use my friend Tia's code. It's Tia10. It's all down in the description box. But yeah, I mean, this is my kind of colour story anyway. It's green, it's grungy, it's fantastic. Yeah, I wish I could have gotten this out in natural light, but you know, it is what it is. But I feel like in the more darkened conditions with the torchlight on, you could really see some of the sparkles quite well. But let me know what you guys think. Who picked this up? Are you enjoying this? I know there's quite a few people who were saying that they could dupe this with some of their existing palettes, which, well done you for not getting something that you didn't need. I'm very proud of you. Well done. But my gorgeous friends, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and do please share, because sharing is caring, except of course for STDs, in which case just wrap it up, don't be gross. But that's it, that's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.